Hey, thanks for watching the Willow Glen tour meeting. Just want to give you a little preview. I'm really excited. Our government came together, and what did they do? They brought us back to work, and they didn't really solve the debt ceiling, but we're not going to fall off that cliff either. More about that as we talk through the meeting, but while you're watching, we're going to talk about what went pending for the week right here in Willow Glen. We will go over the statistics for the local market here. We'll touch on what's going on with the government back to work, and then we're going to go ahead and have Monica interview the crowd and talk about what's not yet on that computer. So please watch, subscribe, and share with friends. Have a great day.
All right. So let's get started. This quote for today is, striving for success without hard work is like trying to harvest where you haven't planted. What's going on in real estate in our market in the last 7 days? So when we look at our sales were at 16, which is pretty good. That's an average. We average somewhere between about 13 and 18 a week. Is that true, John? John's my resource of always clarifying these numbers, because how many times a day do you look at the internet or the MLS? 7 or 8 times a day. First thing you wake up in the morning, you know what's out there. If you ever have a question, John's got the answer. He's very good about checking the MLS. So we have 16 sales this week. Count is down to 77, and it tends to go down this time of year, but 77 is really low. As we look at what has sold in the last 7 days, I scrubbed these numbers. Patio at $2 million. Plumber, Lee. If anybody has a part of this, Mike, you got Lee, right? Where are you? You sold Lee?
Yes.
Good job.
That was my patio.
Good. Oh, forget you. Everything's your patio. Everything's. Hey, so when you sold Newport, who bought it? Well, Craig Rogers is facilitating the deal, but who's buying the house?
Vlasic.
Joe Pawlowski.
No.
Or Vlasic. That's right. They called him Pickles.
The pickle guy.
That is our new high mark for sales, $4.8 million for that property. So that's our high water mark in sales in Willow Glen. So if somebody asks, what's the most expensive home you've seen in Willow Glen? $4.8 million. Congratulations, Monica, for selling that piece of land.
No, I didn't sell that.
All right, she sold Patio, you big shot. Plumber, Lee, Cherry Grove, St. Francis, 94 days on the market. Ramona, how are you, Ramona? You got a street named after you. That was, there goes my eyesight, 26 days. Houston, 93 days. Marquez, 231. Something must have been going on there. Nord, Hazelwood, Orange Grove, Hull, Hummingbird, Dawson, Kirtner, and West Williams. Every week we have a very healthy span of sales. This week it goes all the way from $299. Who knew there was something in Willow Glen for $299? All the way up to $2 million. Congratulations on your patio. So when we look at that, it's a healthy span of pricing. We've got a lot of things that have been sitting on the market that moved. And with 16 sales, I think that's very good.
Good morning, Mike Herkenrath, Pavasich Realty, 2595 Hill Park. We talked about this briefly last week when it went on market the day of the tour. We've given out about 7 disclosure packets on this already. It's been very well received, and it reminded me how much staging can do for a listing. Even though everything in the property is owned by the sellers, they've just completely made this home feel very warm and welcoming, and it's been very well received by the market. So there's still a ton of buyers out there. If I had 7 disclosure packets requested on this, it just goes to show us that there's quite a few people still out there looking for homes from us. So we'll see you over at Hill Park Drive, 2595. Thank you.
Good stuff. Hey, good morning. Emily Hiley with the Lawn Canal, and I have a young 135-year-old home on the market today, 1305 Willow Street. Needs a lot of love. Every time one of the 10 children came along, they punched up into the attic to build a non-conforming bedroom, but it raised 10 children, 51 grandchildren, and 45 great-grandchildren all hang around that house. So priced at $925, definitely an icon here in Willow Glen. Hope to see you there.
All right. Hey, before I go into stats, just wanted to say, hey, Emily, thanks for sending us an email at tour@willowglentour.com. She was the only one this week. All the rest were not requested. But if you'd like to request one, it is right there on that page you're looking at right now. We have 2 requests for next week. Our requests have been light, so that's why I'm pitching it, just so to let you know, so that you guys have something of value to look at next week. All right, so where's my clicker? Here it is.
So let's talk about some stats. Let's talk about what's going on in Willow Glen to start with, as we always do. Oh, I put a Halloween theme up since we're a couple weeks away. People are decorating their houses. Why not decorate our slideshow, right? So let's talk about the average price of what went pending. As Mike said, you know, we were from 300,000 or 299 all the way up to almost 2 million at 199. When you average all that together, it's at 904. And last year, this week, we were at 907. So one of the very few times where we've seen the 2012 numbers were higher than the 2013. They did sell more units in 2012, and we'll get to the unit count in just a second. But this is the exact reason why we look at the 12-week average, because if you look at the 12-week average, we're at 902, and last year we're at 852. So we're still ahead of pace when you look at it on a quarterly basis, or basically the last 12 weeks. Now let's go ahead and go on to those units, and as you can see from the front page, we were at only 10 last week, but we're at 16 this week, so we're a little bit healthier. Back in 2012, we were at 18, and 2011, we only had 11. Now, when we had 10 last week, maybe it's because holidays like Labor Day and such fall a little bit differently back in 2011 or 12 versus 13 in regards to how it plays out, so maybe that's why we had a slow week last week or something. Our 12-week average, we're at 14, so we are ahead of pace. We're at, oh, there's a ghost coming on. So 22 back in 2012, 16 in 2011. As we move away from our unit count, we're going to talk about our count. Now, as you saw on the front page, we are at 77. Back in 2012, this week, we were at 81. 167 back in 2011, so it'll be interesting to see as we go into our traditional fall to winter slowdown of what our count will get down to. I think we dropped down to like the 50s or 60s, if I remember correctly, in regards to our count in Willow Glen as a low. Our 12-week average is 85, so you can see we're pretty far off from where our average is, so that's scary. We were at 82 back in 2012 on that 12-week average. So we're still ahead of pace of what is for inventory of where we were on a 12-week average basis of 2013 compared to 2012. Days on market. Our days on market jumped up. You know, with less inventory, you're going to see the days on market kind of go up because some of the older stuff that maybe went TFT or had some challenges with it starts to sell. There was quite a few. You'll notice on the front page I did bold a few, and I bolded stuff that was like 3 months or more. Traditionally, or the weeks past, I've been doing stuff over 30 days, but we're at 66 days on market for this week, 23 back in 2012 and 129 back in 2011. But don't fret, because if you look at our 12-week average, we're about 34. So it's a little abnormal week in regards to what actually went pending this week. As far as days on market. Now that we've talked about Willow Glen, let's talk about what's going on in the greater San Jose area, or basically areas 1 through 23. We're going to go ahead and include our Class 2 properties, because the previous for Area 10 was just the single families only. So when we bring those in, we're at 1678 on the count for that. And just to let you know, that's down 21 units for the prior week. We were down 99 the week prior, so at least we're not down as far as we were in this 7-day period versus the previous 7-day period. But we've gained 402 units in inventory, and when we compare that over 2012. Now, when we look at our pendings are at 1764, a deficit of 1,008 compared to 2012, and for the week, that's up 13 units. Now, one of my favorite stats is the percentage of what's under contract, and we're still right around that 50% mark. It's growing a little bit, so we're at 50.7. Last week we were at like 50.2. Compared to last year, we were at almost 65% at 64.9. So we're still right at that even mark. And when we look at our Class 2s, those have jumped up. That was at the 50% mark as well. But don't be scared, 52.6 is still a good market, 78% compared to last year. So when you're looking at your Class 2 properties, at least those buyers have a little bit more opportunity to put an offer in because there's more available property for them to look at. Now, you guys may have heard me talk in the last couple of weeks about government shutdown, and in case you hadn't turned on your radio or your TV, it has been pushed down the road. Some people will say it's resolved. It's not resolved, but I wanted to make sure you're aware of the true facts on that. So basically, there was two problems that we had. We had the government shutdown, which started first, And then we had the other problem of running out of money, right? Our debt ceiling. So both of those problems, the debt ceiling was avoided, so we were able to pay our bills still. We have extended that. That's extended till February, and our shutdown or appropriations bills, basically, that come through the House of Representatives have been pushed off to January. So while everybody's just going to go on with their day, especially starting tomorrow when this is no longer news, just want to make sure you're aware of it, because we did that 8 times back in 2011. We did it 6 times in 2012, and we've done it twice for 2013 already. I actually took a picture of my TV. That's what this is. Last night when I was watching CNN at 9:30 last night. But just to kind of make sure you have an awareness as we go through the holidays and we get into the beginning of the year, that this problem could come up again as we get into late winter, early spring in regards to this. So just kind of make sure that that stays on your radar. The good news is that, yes, the IRS is back up and working. I know, not so great, right? But the Social Security Administration is back and everybody's back to work. So you shouldn't have any lending challenges if you had any. I know that a lot of companies were funding loans without it, including ours. Also wanted to let you know, because of this, rates got a little better over the last 24 hours, basically. As soon as they signed the deal, before the president signed it, the treasury bills and the mortgage-backed securities went up, which is good, right? And then so the yield went down, rates got better. It is even better again today. So rates over the last yesterday afternoon versus this morning as well got a little bit better. So about an 1/8 to 1/4 better in interest rates. So just thought I'd throw that in as well, just so that you guys know what's going on with the mortgage market. Interest rates about 4 1/4 or so for your 417 and below for the Fannie Mae stuff. As you move on into the high balance, you're looking like around 4.5, and we're talking about 0-point loans here. And as you get into the jumbo, you're about 4 5/8. When you switch gears to the FHA, you can actually get into the 3s, and you can do like a 3 3/4 on a 0-point loan. My recommendation would be to do like a 4 1/4 and have the closing costs all paid for. The reason why I have that recommendation, I back up a step, that would include paying the impounds and the setup that's required on FHA loan. The reason why I would say that that's a better deal, the higher interest rate, is because mortgage insurance, as you all know, as of June is for life, the lifetime of the loan. So take a higher interest rate. Hopefully appreciation will happen. You put your 3.5% or more down. Hopefully over time, maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years, something like that. Obviously shorter than the lifetime of the loan. You'll be able to pay that off, get a regular conforming loan, hopefully without mortgage insurance. So if you look at the payment differential between a 3 3/4 and a 4 1/4% interest rate, you're going to see that it doesn't pencil out with the cost to break even. So have your favorite lender work that up for you so you can really see the difference and explain that to your buyers. So thanks for asking the question. All right, so in regards to oh, I forgot I put that on there. So yeah, that's linked to delayed till February, shut down till January. Hopefully you guys like this information. I will get it up onto Facebook as fast as I can today. And if you don't know how to get to our Facebook page, it is on the very first page of your tour sheet. I'd like to brag a little bit about that Facebook page for just a second, then I'll turn it right back on over to you, Monica. And that is, we're at like 315 fans or people in the group. And the power of that is if you've got a price reduction or not yet on or something real estate related, you should really utilize that site to do that so that you can promote it and get it shared. Because look around the room, is there 300 people here? Heck no. We're lucky if there's 100, right? So you're going to triple your exposure by going ahead and posting on that. If you're social but not social electronically, you can always email me and I'll get you a copy of the stats as well. Thank you for your attention. I'm going to turn it back over to Monica. Did you have a question, Steve?
I did. You say that there's like 1,678 homes available in every county for 23. Does that include the pending?
No, that's available for sale. So that does not include pendings. Got it. All right, I'm going to turn it back over to Monica unless there's any other questions. We're good? All right, thanks for your attention.
Thank you, Dave. Those were always great. Okay, you guys know the drill. Anybody who has anything new in Willow Glen coming up, come on up here and talk about it.
Yes, I have one that's we took off the market to refurbish it. It's a beautiful 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath home, 2,000 square feet on an 8,500-foot lot. We refurbished everything, so take another look at it. It's on 1464 Georgetta. And we're only going to be marketing it for a short period of time because my client has gotten 3 offers to rent it for people that sold their homes. We're going to offer him cash for a full year's rental. And they're vying for it now, upping the bid. So please, there's only 77 homes available. This one's a beaut, so you got to take a look at it. For a 4-bedroom home, has a beautiful, gorgeous, pristine pool in back. It's got a lot of advantages to it. It's $1,099,900. It's 1464 Georgetta Avenue. It's in the Buxton Elementary School District. It's close by all the shops in downtown. The other one I have is, we just came back out on the market. It's a short sale, but it's the second lien that's short. And we've already got pre-approval from them, so it's a quick close. $699 for a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath on Snyder Avenue, nice quiet tree-lined street, and that's within walking distance of downtown Willow Glen. That's at 548 Snyder Avenue. 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, about 1,500 square feet. 5,500 foot lot, $699.9. Thank you.
Hi, I have a listing coming up in Willow Glen in the Buxton Elementary School District as well. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.25 bath property, 1,927 square feet on Lincoln Court. So if you're interested in that, we're probably coming on in the next 3 weeks or so. It's built in about 1950. Very nice home. Give me a call. Steve Tormina at 408-722-6443.
What's the price?
Oh, probably right around $1 million. We haven't determined that yet.
La-ti-da, should have led with that part.
Anybody else have anything new coming from Willow Glen? Come on up. Anybody? We could probably have a few minutes talking about outside of Willow Glen as well, so if somebody wants to come up and talk about that, come on up. In the meantime, I'll tell you, Norman Avenue, we do have a price on it now. That's going to be a single-level rebuild. It's going to come on the market first part of November at $1,399,000, and it's over 2,200 square feet. 4 bedrooms plus an office, and it's all new inside. It's very, very nice. So single level, if anybody has anything.
Hi, my name is Catherine Walker. I work at Intero in Morgan Hill, and I have a listing in Gilroy at 2490 Howell Lane. And if you have any buyers that are looking for a nice luxury home that's really private, it sits on 20 acres, it's within a 30-minute commute of Silicon Valley, and it's got 6,000 square feet. It's gorgeous, incredible views. I'm having a open house, a twilight open house, this Sunday from 6 to 8. And we're gonna have music and wine and appetizers. It should be a lot of fun. And I have brochures over at the table. Great, thank you. How much? Oh, it's under $2 million. So 1.995.
20 acres to howl at the moon down there. Nice. Welcome to our meeting. Hi, I'm Leslie Lang with Keller Williams Realty and zip code 95118. Think Foxworthy, Hillsdale, Jenkins. It's in between there on Lindsay Way, 1342 Lindsay Way, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, freshly painted this morning inside and out. Sleek, sexy, a little bit masculine, a little bit gray on gray on gray. I'm gonna femme it up. We're gonna have it open hopefully this weekend. The price, $699. That's right, $699. Leslie Lang, call me, my number's 911. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. If you like the color gray and other kinds of gray, this is the spot for you. Thank you. 50 Shades of Gray. I've got a whole new marketing campaign starting now. Thank you for that.
How can you top that up?
I don't know, just give it a nice shot.
Oh, I am standing up. So. All right, settle down. The Willow Glen Lions Club has a fundraiser this Saturday for the benefit of Parents Helping Parents. It's going to be held at Parents Helping Parents, which is right by 280 and Meridian there in the Sobrato complex. It's from 3:30 to 7 o'clock. It's going to be a nice place. There are a lot of raffle prizes, including 1 week in Tahoe, 2 tickets for the Sharks, box tickets, by the way. Anyway, and the charity is Parents Helping Parents. So if you need any information, you can go on bruiseandbites.org. You can buy tickets there, and hopefully we'll see you on Saturday.
This is a Realtors Helping Realtors meeting.
Yes. Anybody else have a... Thank you. Terry, something to say?
I don't know why every time Leslie speaks, I feel like I need to have a cigarette. Morning, everybody. Terry Meyer, CSR. Hey, just want to do a quick little commercial for my buddy Charlie Cracker. I know no one in the room would wait till the very last minute to get your 45 PRE or BRE credits for license renewal, but Charlie Cracker's doing a class next, you know, the one day, all 45 in one day. He's doing a workshop at the CXR Community Event Center next Tuesday, the 22nd. All the information is over here. You get all of the 45 credits for 149 bucks. Information on the table. Thanks, guys.
Great. During the day or night? Thank you. Well, all day I think would be all day. Yeah.
Hey, just an announcement for anybody who's ordering business cards or doing promotional materials that cost money out of your pocket. You know, they mentioned BRE. BRE is actually changing their name again. So if you've got something you're about to order, put it on hold. It's I think capital CAL BRE. Did I get that right? Yeah. Did I get that right? Okay. So just to make sure everybody knows about that before you shell out a bunch of money and have to change it again. So make sure you got those initials right. Don't trust me. Check their website and such. But good point. Did you have a quick announcement, Craig?
What's happening at the end of this month?
Halloween!
It's Halloween, and what happens at Halloween?
We eat a lot of candy!
We also do a lot of pumpkins. The scored pumpkin auction is coming up. You know, there's a school over on the east side, Catherine R. Scott. The average income for the people there is $17,000 for a family. You know, most of us, especially with the homes that are selling here in Willow Glen, the commission is more than they even make. So I have 50 pumpkins, so if any offices want to try to outdo each other, show their creativity, give me a call. The pumpkins are free. Just give me a holler and I'll drop them off to you. Thank you.
Thanks, Craig. Hi, Cliff. I'm co-sponsoring a workshop. It's Dave Compton. He's going to be teaching a workshop from 9:30 to 1 o'clock on the last Friday of this month, the 25th. And it's free. The title of the workshop is How to Get Listings in Spite of a Low Inventory. And Dave Compton's a national trainer and speaker, and I think you'll enjoy it. It's free, and it's at 2500 Masonic Drive, 9:30 to 1 o'clock, Friday the 25th. Thanks, guys.
All right, everybody. Thank you for all those announcements. So, is that it? Are we all done?
That's it, we're done.
All right, so find a friend to ride with. We've still got some food over here if you want to take another way. Oh, and one last thing. If you've got a plate, if you've got a coffee cup, if you've got something, please bring it over to this gray container over here. Help Dave and Jesus out. We spent a lot of time cleaning it up.